YouTube? This is Justin, aka Demonic Sweaters, here again with my Mac SE30 Raspberry Pi. And I made a couple additions to it. As you can see, there's this thing on the top now. And what that is actually a microphone preamp. And that, now of course this isn't the most aesthetically pleasing looking thing anymore, because I have some more Velcro on the outside of it holding the screen on. And I'm just sort of making it a little more functional. And on the top I have this microphone preamp now, which I actually haven't tested yet. But the power comes from the rest of the power on the inside and just, you know, comes up the outside of the case there. And I'll probably secure that a little bit better later on. And now I just ran to B&H again and got some RCA cables, which will run out of the microphone preamp here into the RCA. Sorry, it's really dark back there right now. But the RCA in the back on the Behringer UMC404HD. And what I plan on doing is actually I want to record an entire album on this thing. And I think I'm going to document that as much as I can here on YouTube. I was going to say the whole thing, but sometimes I end up just doing stuff and not recording it on camera. But I'm going to try not to do that this time. I think it would be pretty cool just to have the entire production of an album, especially one produced on such a weird computer, just all on YouTube. So this is the very beginning of it, and I actually haven't tested this preamp yet, but I thought it was really cool. And the reason why I wanted this particular one is because it had RCA outs, which is perfect for the UMC402, and it's just very simple. It has two 1/4-inch inputs with individual volume controls, and it's not there's no phantom power, so I will only be able to use dynamic mics. But I was looking over my mics, and I have my trusty old, let me get it out of here without dropping it, Nady ribbon mic, which I used quite a bit on some on the album Tracker Adjust. Actually, I used this almost entirely on the drums as just a single overhead. Actually, not on the whole album, but on quite a few of them, I had this as a single overhead and then a kick drum mic, and that's all I used. And this microphone sounds really good. And yeah, so I'm going to use that and probably use my kick drum mic, and that's for the drums. But I also want to do some more guitar and bass for a change, because I really have been neglecting those instruments. I have guitar and bass, and you know, I really started on those when I was younger, but I've kind of moved into synths and electronics and stuff and haven't really touched the guitar and bass in a long time. So I'm going to try to do some, you know, some of that type of thing. And sorry, I had milk mouth there for a second, even though I'm not drinking milk, but I don't know why that happened. But maybe I should edit that out. But oh god, I just got off work. What am I saying here? Oh, so yeah, I'm gonna try to record some guitar and bass, and maybe some Casio keyboard, which I have back there, and there's my alien mask too. And yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Gonna try to do some stuff here with this weird ass computer. Alright, so I got Guitar X installed, and I'm gonna try to do some bass here first. I got my bass. And Guitar X, actually, I haven't used this before, but it's pretty cool. It's like a guitar modeling, and in this case I'm using a bass, but I'm sure it'll be fine. It's got a tuner built in there, so I'm going to mess around and see if I can come up with something. Alright, I got something recorded. I got some bass as well as some guitar on there, and it's pretty noisy sounding actually, but that's sort of what I was going for, I guess. It's kind of a Sonic Youth-y type thing, and I'll just play a little bit of it here. And I'm using our door. My Ibanez. And that's just a little tiny bit of it. But yeah, so I got some guitar and bass, and then what I'll do next is record some drums probably, and maybe some keyboards. But to do the drums I have to take this over to my drum room, which I'll probably be doing either later this week or this weekend. And yeah, so the preamp, it sounds good, but it's definitely like got a pretty high gain, especially for guitar, which can work if you're going for like a high gain sound, but if you're going for clean, it's a little difficult. I haven't really tried any mics with it yet, so I'm not really sure how that will work. But well, I did plug one in there and it actually sounded pretty clean. So I guess just the impedance on the guitar is probably a little bit too hot for it, but it still sounds pretty good for what I'm trying to do, so I'm happy with it. So yeah, that's all for now, and I'll get back to this probably in a few days. Okay, so here I am in my drum room, and I have this little Mac Pi hooked up here, and what I'm going to do is record some drums to that stuff that I was recording before. And I'm just using a really minimal miking setup. Let me just show you here. All I have is, well, I'm using that microphone preamp that I told you about, and I tested it. It actually sounds pretty good with microphones. And I'm using our door, as you can see there. And I only brought, for this, I just brought my little Bluetooth keyboard because I didn't feel like lugging the gigantic keyboard around. And I have my mouse here. And for the overhead, I'm using the Nady, what is this, RM5 something? Let me check. RSM5, and this is a ribbon mic. And these are really great mics for the money. They're getting harder to find. They changed their design, I think, or maybe the main one they're selling now is the RM4 or RM6 or something like that, RSM. Anyway, it's a different one. It's got a round head on it. But these you can still find a little bit here and there. There's like a third-party seller on Amazon that's selling them, and they sound really good. And then on the kick drum, or front, let's squeeze back over here. I'm using this. It's a Haimu. Yeah, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but it's a Chinese, basically a Chinese copy of a Shure kick drum mic. And I've actually ordered that a really long time ago, like over a year ago, and I haven't tried it at all yet. This is my first time trying it. But I'm not miking the kick directly. As you can see, I have it kind of in front a couple feet, just so I can pick up some more room sounds since I'm only using 2 mics. And in fact, I might move it out just a little bit more. Let me move it back here. That way I can get some snare and some other stuff in there. Point it up a little bit more too. So what I'm going to do is record a little bit of drums on my Macintosh SE Pi. kind of just finished, so I think it sounds pretty good. It's definitely lo-fi sounding, but that's kind of also the type of song that I recorded. It's definitely like kind of a noisy Sonic Youthy type thing. It's just bass, guitar, and drums. I almost put synth on it this morning, but it just really didn't fit. So I think I'm just going to leave it like this. And it's cool, man. I think this little Mac Pi box thing is pretty damn cool. I love being able to plug right into it. Oh, I was experimenting with a webcam up there, but I really didn't get very far. But it is a lot of fun. So if you want to check out the song that I recorded during this video this whole time, I'm going to post that in the next video. So go ahead and subscribe, stay tuned, and hopefully I'll have that up here pretty soon and you guys can check that out. But yeah, once again, thanks for watching. This is Demonic Sweaters, and see you guys soon.